set of pigs from the consigners all the way to ours. From that standpoint, I will tell you we've walked through them a few times today here in the back. I have no idea how they'll act in the ring, but I will tell you in the full most confidence, this is one of the very best sets of pigs the consigners have ever brought to the get-together, and the consigners have done a lot of winning out of this sale. A very, very deep set of pigs, and from top to bottom, excited to show everyone online and in person this set of pigs. We're going to start here with a new consigner. We're happy to have him, Gary Todd and his family. They need no introduction in the South, as he just came off winning the Oklahoma Youth Expo. He had reserve grand there at San Antonio. But more importantly, he's good people, and the doors are always open to good people in Leedy America, and he is one of those. We're happy to have him. Excited about the pair that he brought to you, a blue one and a Belto. And I'll let you, Gary, tell them about the pedigrees. Machado and Big Bob's going to do most of the talking. Once again, thank you. Very humble for the turnout online and here watching.
First off, I'd like to thank the Goss family for inviting us out. This is a sale we've been looking forward to ever since the invitation. I think we brought a pair that we're real high on, and two of my favorites of this whole season. The belted male is 4-9, and that's a wilder than the rest heavy hitter. That wilder than the rest boar we have at the house. He's a full sib to that champion heavy gilded OYE. And he would be a wild time backdrop rock star best man's what that boar is. That sow, she was reserve in a division at Louisville. She had a littermate sister that was champion D2 at Phoenix and 5th overall. The blue male is 2-5, and that's a real steel blowing smoke. The real steel boar would be the boar that we bought the night we sold Wild Time at the exchange. Mike Steele also raised him. He's a wide awake, buckle up, never before. That never before grandma is the same grandma as Wild Times. The mother of the blue pig would be a gilt we bought from Trace last year that my son Garrison showed, and she was 6th overall light cross at OYE, and she done her fair share of winning all winter long. That's a really good mom there. But like I said, want to thank the Goss family for having us out. And if you got any questions on them, look us up in the back.
Thank you, Gary. This is Gary's first time at the get-together, and he took it pretty seriously, I'm going to say, because he brought you two really, really nice ones here, I think, as we analyze them out here, and they're coming across the ring here. And very attractive show barrows here. I think both of these are very, very good in their own right. And as we talk about them here, we'll talk about that belted one. I think he's lot 26, the belted boar pig here. One that's just got an incredible look to him, I think, from the side. He's tall-shouldered. He's very good necked and very good up through his the front end of his blade there. Excellent show quality from the side. He's big-legged. He's got the hair. He's very, very square in his skeleton. This one's a little greener, and I think that's a good thing. I think he's got a lot of upside to him. It's just the kind I like to look at as babies and know that they're going to get better. He just steams with quality all the way through. His length of hip, his squareness of pin is awesome. Feet and legs are good. The Blue Hog's going to be lot 57 here, and he's one that just kind of commands your attention as he comes to you. He's got a big old rib cage to be that kind of hog in front of his blade. He's long-necked. He's got a width between his eyes and his skull. Got some skull to him. He has a very attractive head to him. Very good feet on this one. Everything's going north and south, feet and leg-wise. He's got good shape up top. Just a nice pair. I think he was pretty serious when he got in this sale and was coming in with a bang.
Next in here from the same side of the state will be CNC, and Slim is here to represent another one of them firms that is very competitive at every level in every state. They're good people. We're excited to have Slim in Western Oklahoma. He'll tell you about his pigs. Once again, thanks for coming, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thanks to the Goss crew for having us out. Actually, my first time here, not our first time selling pigs. I just couldn't make it the last time. Our lead-off pig is going to be the half belt there. He is lot number 6. He'd be sired by Everyday Hustle, the board we raised there at 66 Ventures, Evan Green, and his mother is a safety first, here to stay gilt that we would have purchased out of the King's sale. That gilt was showed by my oldest daughter. She was 23rd overall at OYE last year. We caught her back. That was the plan from the get-go, and I think that's a pretty neat individual here. Our next one is the bigger bear in the ring. His lot number is 37. He's sired by Headway. Again, another boar there at 66 that Goss would have raised. That pig's mother would be a littermate sister to our Grand Bear at Exarban in 2022. Again, thanks to the Goss crew for having us out.
Well, we drop out the CNC consignment. That lot 6 pig of theirs, I think, is one that kind of quickly draws you in. This guy is gnarly stout, and I mean that in a good way. I think everything fits, his chest, his blade. That's a boxy, really modern one in terms of his proportions. I think what's cool about him, though, is for a power hog, he's still quality ahead of his shoulder. He's still comfortable in his shoulder, and I think his length of rump, his push out back, I think that one could get real serious. I like this off-belted pig. I believe he's lot 37. That's a big, pliable ribbed, good kind of built kind of a barrow. Looks like an easy feeding one. Still very balanced, one that's very fall-free. Yet he does that with a little extra punch when you study him up high. I think a tremendous pair here as we kick out the CNC consignment.
Next in here would be our very good friend Evan and his family. They've been with us from the very beginning, and it seems like every time he brings a set of pigs to the get-together, a lot of times you hear from them. They're very competitive. They've been very popular coming out of these sales, and they perform for people. And this first 2 pair in Colson Way, they got that different look about them. This 15-3, which would be the pig closest to the camera, that's kind of got his rear to the camera. That is an all-access slaps cruel. And then the other one that's in here with him would be a 9-litter, and the 9-litter is a flip cup, which would be a boar that we raised here at the farm that would share the same dam as Money Moves and the Grand Bear at the Oklahoma Youth Expo. The mom would be a lead lap. So this 9-1 pig, that would be lot number 39, which is the hog that's got a little more chrome in his belt with a full right back, white back leg, excuse me. The other pig would be 15-3. That is lot number 9. Neat pigs here, Bob.
Yeah, Evco brought you a really nice pair here, I think. And as you look at these two, they're very similar in their kind, but very high in their quality. I like both these extremely well. The narrower belted one there, I think, going across the center there, a very intriguing pig. He's big in his forearm column. He's got a big back leg. He's got a cool look from the side. He's moderate in his length. He's got the elevation that you like. He runs uphill. Just a really intriguing, good feeding bear there. I think that's square in his running gear. I think just a lot of upside there. And then the littler guy here, the wider belted one here, it just really gives you a great look. Really a nice front end in this one as well. He's very sleek through his neck and yet has some stoutness to his jawline and skull. He's a one that's very moderate in his overall makeup, yet he gives you a bigger look on elevation as well. I think that the silhouette of these two are extremely good. I think their feet and leg quality, their foot size, I think Evco was pretty serious when he loaded these two, wanted to win some banners down the road.
In the next pen that Evan brings here, a trio of them, and if I remember right, a couple of them have vulvas that he brought to town, and it's very not very often you get to buy gilts at a setting like this. We don't like to sell them. The consigners normally don't bring them. I will tell you, there's 5 or 6 gilts through here that are very good. We start in a really good manner with Colson's, the 15-liter gilt, the chromed up one. That's going across the carpet. That's another one of them all accesses. That would be ear notch number 5-7, lot number 68. That's an all access slaps cruel. The pig that the rider's on here, the off belt kind, or the nair belt, if that's what you want to call her, she's another 15. That is 15-9. That's another all access, lot number 40. And then the male in this group would be 17-3. The 17s are flip cups, upsides. That would be lot number 8 tomorrow night, hosted there on CCI.live.
Yeah, I think a really interesting trio. We'll just go ahead and start with the one that Ty's got posed off there. For starters, you know, Evan's usually leasing a lot of gilts. An opportunity to purchase and own them, it doesn't come up very often. That chromed up gilt, one that just very intriguing. Not only does her silhouette, her head shape, and just the length to her hip intrigue you, that gilt's pretty powerful in terms of chest, her roundness of rib, and just true width going away. Yet she's still square. She's bendy off both ends of her body. I think a very, very good opportunity. We'll talk that off-belted gilt next. To me, one, I think, you know, just from a guy sitting up here raising pigs, one that I like a good deal. That's a bold, stout, productive kind of a rib cage, big feet with excellent toe quality. With that, I still think one that throws her neck high out of her shoulder, still got a quality look in terms of her head shape and neckline. More importantly, got a hip and hind leg that's truly built for speed. It's square in the way she utilizes it. And then we'll cap off with this belted pig. I believe Blake said he's a flip cup. That's probably one that's truly as stout and heavy duty at the surface as any of them. That guy's toes, his foot, his ankle, his column of bone is very, very stout. You move up from there, a long-hipped individual that's short in his midsection, and he's kind of got a weird head shape about him. It's not only exotic, he's still tough in his jaw. I think a very, very good male in a pen with 2 females that could certainly get you somewhere, whether it's via show ring or as a sow there later in life.
Okay, these next one in here would be our good friend Halfin Show Pigs, Halfin and Bass. They've been a big part of the get together here in the last couple years, and we're happy to have them. And they always bring really good stock. And here today, we're lucky enough that they brought the pigs that they purchased out of the Coronation, and we start in good fashion with these 63 litters. The 63s would be all access. The mother of the 63s would be lot number 13 that brought 90,000 in the Coronation that they bought there in Stillwater. And I'll tell you, this gilt, I cannot believe he's selling her. The Halfin Gilt, the leadoff, would be 63-7. That is lot number 11. Her mate brother would be in here with her. That is lot number 12, 63-4. All access at lot number 13. Big Bob, take it away.
Mr. Halfin's pair here is very, very intriguing to me, and I think quality just drips off of them as you look at them going across the ring here. We'll talk about the little boar pig first here, and this one I think is just awesome looking. I think when you look at him and his proportions, he's one that's moderate in his length yet long on each end of his skeleton. A bear that's really square in his feet and legs. He moves across the ring with ease and authority. He gives you a great look from the side. I think that's going to be a very competitive one down there. And to me, he drawed a bad pin here because he's in there with his sister. And as you look at her, you wonder why a guy would sell one like that. You don't see that every day. The quality that this gilt has, and as you look at her and some pieces she puts together, that's really hard to do in the show pig business. You talk about rib shape and maternal body in one that is so sleek and elegant from the side, and yet a show gilt in a sow combination to die for. You wonder why he's selling her. And then I think back of her mother. She was my favorite gilt in the coordination. She did cost a little bit of money, so I get it why you would probably want to sell one like this to try to pay some bills. But that one there, guys, is elite. And if you want to get serious about getting into the pig business, that's what you got to start with right there. And her front end to her body connection is awesome. It's just so hard to build one like that. They don't come along that way with that neck and that body together all in one package. So hats off to Mr. Halfin for offering them a very, very nice pair.
Next pair in here is going to be 63-3 and 63-5. The black pig is going to be 63 liter, all access, roll call, short bus, be out of lot 13. Belted one, same thing.
Yeah, we drop out another pair out of that litter. And, Bob touched on it already in the previous pair. That was, to me, one of the premier lots in that auction. And, she lays down not only as a big litter, it's going to be very evident as we kick through this litter of pigs that quality runs deep. We'll start with the all-black male pig. To me, I don't care what...
Halfin wanted to mention this belted pig. Halfin wanted to mention this belted pig was fine when they left. He got a little... swollen in his hocks when they unloaded him. They will 100% guarantee him if he doesn't come out of that. He strepped a little bit on the trailer. 100% guarantee. They wanted me to make note of that. Obviously, if he looked like that at home, they wouldn't have brought him.
Next in is 63-1 and then 62-1. The 62 liter is going to be a all access roll call, stay classy. Mom would have been lot 21 in the coronation.
We'll talk his 63 pig first, and he's evident, guys. This guy's got a huge rib cage in him. He's all there. You can see him right now. He's one you can take and go and start to finish, I think, get along. Tremendous chest width in this guy, big broad back in him, a huge rib cage. Like I say, he's stout, but yet he's got a good look. He's out of that great litter, out of the lot 13 sow, and I just think you just need to, this litter, just get whichever one you can load in your box, because I think you're going to be happy with any of those. That lot 21 sow that he bought out of the Coronation was no slouch, and she was one of the more favorite ones, I think, from the crowd. And you look at this little guy here, and you read into him. He's a little smaller in size than the other pig out here, but man, is he proportionate. He's got a great chest. He's got good bone. He's very, very moderate in his length of body, but yet he's also got a great look and a stout skull and a great jawline to him. Pig's got a groove down his top already, and he's green. He's got a lot of upside to him. I like that pig as well. Feedability on that one's great.
I will add one thing. This little Belton one fires me up. I think after watching kind of what them all accesses have done, and with maturity, that kind of presence and moderation, I think the 62 liter pig is for real, that they brought to you.
Next in, we'll have 63-2. Yeah, 63-2 be lot 44, and then 62-2 and 62-3. 62-3 is going to be lot 70. 62-2 is going to be lot 69.
Well, we drop out a trio, and I'll try to keep you guys up to date on which one we describe. Obviously, they're all three black. I think more importantly, though, the quality amongst this trio is very, very good. We'll talk the one that Ty has there on the stick. I believe that is the -2 pig. To me, that pig looks like the black one we seen out earlier, maybe in a little smaller package here today, maybe even amongst him. This pig's elevation, his attachment up front, I think is really, really good. You go back from there, that's a big back. It's a short-bodied pig. I think one that's still excellent in terms of his hip, big chest floor. I think a very high ceiling kind of a barrow. Ty gets this little creature here on the stick, and if that head and neck and silhouette doesn't grab your attention, you better check your pulse. I think width, bend, and just proportion, as modern as any you'll see today. I absolutely love this pig's head shape and his ability to just use his hip and his hind leg. Nothing to take away from this other pig. Maybe one of the greener shaped pigs in this trio. I still think he follows suit, though. A stout forehead, a shorter body length, big toes and feet. This trio's good, guys. You could honestly flip a coin, and as Bob alluded in the last pin, if you get one of these three, you're going to like what you did. I think a tremendous trio, these all blacks here from Halphen.
Next in here would be our friend from the Minko America. This would be Brock Heron. Brock Heron came to us there a month ago for his first get-together. They were well received, and it was a no-brainer that we need to make it a tradition to make sure Brock is in the get-togethers. Brock's our kind of people. Brock likes livestock kind of like we do. This is a very good trio he brought. Them trio from the last sale was really good. You need to look in on a couple of these, in my opinion.
This is lot 15 from Heron Genetics. He's a Risen, and then his mom is an All Mine Rusty Cage. So once again, tag 15 from Heron Genetics, Risen, All Mine, Rusty Cage.
Young Brock brought his projects to town here for the second time, and he is very consistent in bringing quality to the get-together. I think he takes it very seriously. He's a very serious hog breeder that does a great job of assembling parts and unique pieces as he did with this one. This one here just hits me really good, guys, and as he gets out here and besides all the hair that he's got dripping off his legs and his huge square feet going across the carpet here, this is one big chested, powerful hog. I think it's going to be a tremendous market hog as we get into the later part of the summer. This one here is just a really good rib combination of look, rib shape, shape of top, squareness of pin, squareness of hip, and as he goes away, he's proper in his width from front and rear. Just like I say, when he comes at you, he's a man. This one here is going to be really good down the road, guys. And if you're pretty serious about trying to get in there amongst them and win some shows, I think this might be one you star here because he just don't have a lot of holes in him. He just does everything at a high fashion, a high quality fashion. Just a very, very nice one here that Brock's brought you.
This next pair is from Heron Genetics as well. They're litter mates, tag 46 and 72. So tag 46 and 72. The wider belted one would be 46, and the narrower belted one is 72. Litter mates, as I mentioned, they're out of Mainline, and their mother is a surrounded. She's a sunset tricked out. She'd be the mother of Risen from last year. So tag 46 and 72 from Heron Genetics.
Yeah, Brock brought us a really good trio here. I was visiting with him earlier and talking about some sow lineage. I know Blake gets mad at us if we spend too much time. I would darn sure visit with him. Not only is she visually impressive, she's one of his better generators and one that's been consistent. You breed her to the ever-popular mainline that not only makes high sellers, but these pigs have been feeding and they get good, and I just think their maturity's awesome. I think that holds true when you study this pair. We'll talk the kind of more traditional belt that Dale's got on the stick there. I don't know if you could ask for a more appropriate skeletal system in terms of angles, length out back, and foot quality. That's a hog that's maturity just reads right. He's stout from his forehead. He's big in his pins. Yet he's probably a little greener in his shape. That looks like an awesome feeding hog to me, guys, that you could certainly have on your short list. And then we kind of go to the other end of the spectrum with the wide belt. To me, that guy's pretty extreme in terms of just his blade, his rib, and his hip. Yet you get him off to the side, and I still think he still blends and smoothens up in terms of his balance. For a hog that's packing that much punch from behind, I still call him within himself. I think that's one you could take low and slow. That pig could get really good. A tremendous pair of these mainline males here from Heron Show Pigs.
Next in would be our really good friends there at Positive Energy, and Grinstead. He doesn't come to town unless he likes his pigs. He's one of my very best friends, and he's probably the most critical friend that I have when it comes to livestock. So if he leaves his house, they're pretty good. Big Bob and I went on a little board tour a couple weeks ago. Legendary trip, of course. We stopped at Grinstead's and saw this set of pigs. I'm wound up about the set that he brought to you, ready for him to tell you about their pedigree.
Well, thanks, Blake. These first two we got in the dark cross males will be Are You Ready? Tricked Out 2. Mama would have come 2 years ago from the Sweetheart sale from CNC. We one of the better sows on our farm, I guess we feel like. Just got her rolling. The litter mates, both of these guys are litter mates. One's 3-3, which is the more traditional belted one here in the middle, and then the other one's 3-2.
Yeah, we'll start these Grinstead lots off. He's got a really nice set of pigs. We walked through them back here, and I mean they're very consistent. Those sows, we saw those, and those pigs at the house there, and just was very impressed with the whole set. I think that the pair he brought you out here is very good, and as you analyze them there, going across the ring there, just very, very good quality, I think, is what hits you right here. The one rider's on here is the bigger pig of the two, the pair out here. Just a really, really good-looking one, I think. He's very clean in his front end. He's very big in his back. One that gives you a great look from the side. He's very, very balanced and all the way through. I think just going to be a great feeding one. And then the smaller one out here is the boxier one, I think, that really gives you the good look as well. He's got a good rib laid in him and a good feet and legs squareness. Very good pin set from behind. Kind of a cool-looking little dude as he comes across the ring there and just really boxes up and elevates well, I think, in proportions. Both of these bears, I think, our boar pigs, has got a great chance down the road.
Next one's coming in here. We would have bought the mama there 2 years ago, and the first time us coming down the coronation sale, I think she was champion at Kansas City for the Humphreys family. These here are both litter mates. They're sired by DTF 30-1 up there at 333. Back on the mama's the Cub Scout sow there from Humphreys. The smaller one is 5-1. The bigger one is 5-3.
Well, we drop out this pair of Berkshires from Grinstead, and I think whether you're trying to hit your state fair hard or roll into World Pork Expo with some quality breed hogs, you could certainly tie into this pair. We'll talk the little guy first, the -1 pig. He unloads those last night, and we checked those pigs out. When he throws his head up, kind of a crossbred skull shape and neckline, I love this pig's ability to not only be immature in his look, yet he's still so bulky in terms of his blade into his mid-body. I like the where he sits in terms of his dimension out back. If you just study head shape and tail root and foot size, not only does he look cool from the side, I expect he'll get real stout and be able to play with the best of them. His brother is no slouch. To me, he maybe even is more opened up. That's a bulky, centered, pliable, ribbed kind of a barrow. I think his push and just length out back is really, really good. I think not a lot of these pures in this sale. I can assure you guys, you'll see the quality, and it'll shine through here in this preview. Really good pair of these Berkshire males from Grinstead.
Before we turn these out, just real quick, I tell you, we've been driving a lot of miles looking at pigs or looking via the World Wide Web. I will tell you that if you're serious about showing Berkshire Barrows, if this 5-1 doesn't fire you up, we probably will agree to disagree. I think this is what a little Berkshire Barrow needs to look like from the start. I've been in love with this pig for 2 weeks. I really like this pig. If you want to go to a state fair, I think this pig's got a legit chance. And this other one, in my opinion, those that are watching that want to do the Expo and the Summer Type and the CPS, that one to me is more of a grower maybe than his brother. I think a really good pair of Berkshires. I know they're not acting the best. Look at them in the back. I believe in this pair of Berkshires. This first one, though, I think is the real deal.
The last three here we brought to you. This is again, this year we purchased lot 10 of the coronation. These three all be litter mates. We'll start with the Guild is 1-6. They would be relentless, heavy hitter roll call. And then the one over here to the left is 1-4. And then the one there in the middle of the ring is 1-2.
I'll talk this pin of pigs, the one that ties on with the yellow stick here. This 1 litter pig, he looks like a good relentless, in my opinion. It all starts with the shape of his head, the length off either end of his body, and then what sets between it, in my opinion, is the set to his shoulder, the comfort and the ability to reach his hock past his tail. He props up with a good picture. More importantly for me, this thing comes at you and leaves you with the same amount of consistency of width. I think this pig is a true contender. Like that one, a good deal. This chromed up barra there that's in the middle that Ryder Dale's got there on the broom, that pig's moderation in his presence and his immaturity is why that we went all in on Relentless at the GL Ranch. That hog's height to length, in my opinion, is spot on. The comfort to his lower skeleton, the strength of his foot, and the squareness of his chest. That pig to me has got a big-time ceiling. I think Midwest State Fair alert on this pair of 1 litter pigs. I think that they all have a tremendous amount of quality. And whether the sow came from us or not, that's a damn good pair of barrows. The gilt that comes in here, the pig breeder that lays inside a tie-and-eye, this is why that we love the coronation, because the fellowship, at the same time, it becomes pretty painful. Her head's not clipped. Talked him into bringing her. She's tough. She's rugged. The shape of her shoulder, the length of her hip, her posture. To me, not only does she look like a generator, but she does all that with them kind of indicators, yet she's still tidy. She's current ahead of her shoulders. She's crafty about her step. I think this gilt is really good. There's no fit. There's no fluff. She just got pulled out of the keeper pen. Her head's not even clipped. Typical grumpy fashion. That's what I call Grinstead about 6 days of the week. This gilt, in my opinion, is very good. She looks like her mom. But yet she's belted, and honestly, she's farther along at this stage of the game in terms of her body shape. I think an elite sow, but more importantly, if you got a young person at home that likes to show every weekend, I think that this one needs to be on the short list. An interesting trio. Been going crazy up here. Finally got to talk a pen of pigs. A really good trio of them. The result of Lot 10 coronation. Next in would be our day one homie. This would be Rooster in Mays. They brought a set of pigs that is awfully interesting. I'm excited for the public to see them. We start with really good fashion and spotted pigs. I want to mention the other day at Denver, once again, he sold another class-winning spot bear out of the get-together.
Well, thanks to Blake, Ty, and the whole Goss family for once again having us back at another get-together. The pair of spot males in here now would be lot 47 and 48. The wider or louder marked pig will be lot 48, and then the darker pigmented hog will be lot 47 there. Both these spots are sired by Big Daddy, which is the boar that Beeman had purchased and now stands at Crossroads. The mother of the white pig here would be a Speak Up sow. She would have had Weeder's the Weeder family's reserve champion spot at Denver last year. The darker color pig would actually be a full sib in blood to Big Deal, which is the boar we sold premium blend here back in the fall. A pair of male pigs here that we've had slated back for this get together. I missed out on the first one, but told Blake I'd had a good set of them here for the second one.
Nice pair of spots here. The Mays and KP brought you here, and both of them, I think, read with quality. I think they're both proven litters, I believe, and this we'll talk a bigger, the blacker one first, and he just had a class winner there at Denver, and this pig reminds me of quite a bit of that thing. I think they were bred similar. A very good-looking one, I think. That it's got a lot of upside to him, feed him down the road. One that's very built, extremely good in his skeleton and the squareness of his skeleton and his feet and leg structure. Just a good-looking one, I think, that's going to get better every day on feed and make you proud down the road. The white one, I tend to draw to him pretty quick because this one here, I think, reads in quality. Big-chested kind of a pig. He's moderate in his length. He's opened up his blade up top, and he carries that foreloin back into his top line with some shape and groove. A big pinned one, I think, as you get behind him. This gives you a great show barrel look from the side, I think, as you get him up and get him going there. But a nice pair of spotted bears that's going to be really, really tough to deal with down the road.
Next two in here would be a pair of crossbred males, a belted pig and a solid black pig. Tag 47 will be the belted hog. Tag 48 will be the solid black pig. The belted pig will be a stone cold, tricked out, never before. That sow would have came from S squared there and goes back to the Boble Charm sow. And then the black pig there is going to be a Bad Habits Carney Man, which a lot of people probably don't know what Bad Habits is. That's the boy we have at the house, and he's also a Carney Man son. So kind of lined up, buckle up there in his pedigree. Ty and AC's crew actually would have fed the mother of the solid black pig this summer. She won her class at Springfield and Louisville. Got her bred. She laid down and had a bunch of gilts and a solid black male, so did us a really good job there. But really like this pig, honestly, and he's been slated back for this particular sale for a while.
Well, I think a very intriguing pair from Penley and Mays here. Are they the same kind? Obviously not. I think this black pig's one that could go early and often. We talk about just the modern trends of show pigs. If this pig's length and bone and head shape doesn't fit in, I don't know what to say. That pig's skull, I think, just matches everything about him. That is one husky, bulky, heavy-duty guy. Yet I think his shoulder's still comfortable. He still uses his hock. I think that's an intriguing pig that could get very, very interesting this summer. I like the maturity and just the look and the proportion of this chromed-up hipped barrow. His head shape, his neckline, his ability to run uphill while still having comfort and width, I think, is real good. A round-bodied one that's long about his rump. His use of his hip and his hind leg, I think, is really good. I think a very interesting pair. They're not the same, but I think the quality speaks volumes here in the Mays and Penley consignment.
Next two pigs in here would be the result of a bred purchase that we made with Mike Steele out of the Coronation from Blake and family here. I believe she was lot 30. Her pedigree would have read Pass the Hat, Party Trick. Blake can probably tell you just a little bit more about that sow family. But a pair of relentless sired pigs. We've got to feed some of these relentless this winter and finish them out now and stuff. And if you haven't heard of him or haven't seen the pigs out of him yet, you've been living under a rock because they're really, really good and feeding and doing the right things. And I think a pair of male pigs that have a very, very high upside.
Yes, and tell you a little backstory on this sow. Their grandma would be the Odell pig that won the American Royal. And then you start studying these two pigs, and then you start remembering what the Relentlesses look like as babies and they get together. This time, Big Worm can tell you more about that, but comes from a tremendous outline. And I will be the first to tell you that our good Relentlesses as babies resemble a lot of the Relentlesses that are here. Big Bob can break them down for you. I'm in on this pair of pigs.
Very good pair here, I think. Some differences in type and kind here, I think, within the pair, but I think they're both high quality, and kind of depending on the judges you're going to and where you're going to is going to depend on which one you like. And we'll talk about that bigger one first on the broom there. That's the stout one, man. He's got a big stout skull on him, jaw line that's very, very tough. Big-chested one, just really moderate in his length. He's big in his rib. He's big in his back and hip. I think that one can be a really stout market hog. Really big bone, big-footed. Just one that's just going to come at you stout and stay stout all the way, and yet a good-looking one, I think, as you combine the two things together. And then when I think of Relentless, and I look back at the last summer and some of the pigs, he gained my respect. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of these pigs, like this little one, were a little greener starting out, and as you watch those pigs grow, they just get better and better and better, and they start winning shows and doing a lot of things that you didn't think they might do. They're proving themselves. And this little guy here reminds me of some of those, Blake, that y'all had last time that you said has won several of these jackpots going into these majors. Starting off just, and nothing wrong with him. I mean, he's just really good balanced. You can tell he's a show bearer from the side. He's got the right length of hip, and that the Relentlesses, I think, have stamped that length of hip and squareness of stride from behind as good as any bull I've seen as they feed out. And this one just looks to me like he's kind of my kind. He's a little greener, got a great upside to him, heavy bones, heavy legged, and good chested. Everything's there. They just get better and better. You might mark that one down right there.
The one that ties on right now, that would be lot 17, the one with the whips. The one using the restroom here would be lot number 18.
Next two pigs in here would be the steel consignments. Mike couldn't make it tonight, but he'll be out for sale night tomorrow. Yeah, good old boy Mike Steele drops in a good pair of pigs he sent out here with me. They're sired by Hang Tight. The mother here would be a buckle up curtain call sow that's done a lot of good stuff for him. I think he just dropped them out of the nursery, but I would for sure study this pair just because based off of what Mike's stuff does, they've got the right indicators just in terms of skull, bone, and foot. These guys can tell you just a little bit more about them.
Yeah, we drop out Mike's pair of pigs here. That Hang Tight deal, I think, has been pretty potent here as of late. A boar that's sired them as boxy, and they still run uphill and have the right kind of look up front. I think that's what you see here in this particular pair. We'll go ahead and kind of talk the black-masked, white-bodied one. I think a hog that's intriguing in terms of just the amount of rib cage, the amount of feature, and the amount of just hair and bone that he brings to the table. Past that, I think a hog that's got a good feet and kind of a head shape, a hog that runs uphill. That guy's extra spread and shape, I think, is going to make him a very intriguing one down the line. And then we have the little chromed up guy. He's probably the little greener shaped one today. He's maybe not as bloomy, but you just kind of project these things and you study his forehead, you study his outline, and just his ability to plant and reach on the surface. I think that pig could get really, really good. A little difference in bloom in the pair. I think quality remains real, real good. This is Mike Steele.
Next in here would be our great friends from California, Redwood Genetics. Big Puma got the rig down here, and we're so excited that they're here. I'll tell you, their first get-together would have been in August, I believe. They would have brought the Reserve Grand at the Arizona National that Will Hagan showed. They also would have brought in that same trailer a class winner there at the National Western shown by the Pryor family. And then also there was a boar on the same trailer that his name is High Regard that lands there at Premium Blend Genetics. I'll tell you one thing, it's a long drive. I know they seem a little bigger. They had the very biggest pigs in August, and I'll be the first to tell you they didn't have the biggest pigs a month ago at the show. I think they got to have a little bit of size to them. Have a little faith in the program. Excited they're here. Machado will tell you about their pedigrees.
Yeah, I'll let these guys describe them. I'll just talk some pedigree info. So this trio, and there'll be another male pig that comes in. Their pedigree reads Outrage out of a Backbone Endgame. That Backbone Endgame sow would be the mother of the Hagen Barrow there that was reserved at Phoenix. The champion D1 gilt at Phoenix last year that sells for $45,000, and Side Bet there that's housed at Moyer. I think a tremendous trio. I believe the pig that Ty drives there is the Dash 2 male. I believe Dale's on the little guy. That's Dash 1. Dash 3 is going to be the little husky guy that's spinning circles there. We'll pass it over to the boys here, and they can talk about him.
Well, as these three redwoods come out here, guys, and there's no introduction to their mother, Side Bet's mother there. That's one potent female, and that should tell you enough. But we'll talk a little bit about the pigs because I think there's some generational pieces out here that you can look at and decide for yourself there. The one going across the Ryder Dale's got there. That's a really good looking one, guys. He's built good. He's got a really nice spread to his top. He's appropriate underneath and his width. As he goes north and south there on his feet and legs. He's got a stout skull, but a great look, a good combination. The one in the middle here, the wide belt one here, the Ty's got that one's got a lot of shape and muscle, and he's a power hog. I think when he gets it going across there and gets everything in motion, he gets your attention. He's going to be a great market hog, I think. You know, the male, he's a male Boer pig, I think, intact, but do what you want to do there. But he's heavy bone, big footed, big ribbed, got a great look. I love the way he kind of symbols his height to length ratio there. I think it's extremely good. He's stout in his skull. And then the other one there that Ryder Dale's got there, that one there is just, I don't know, I lean to that one pretty good. He's so moderate and so good looking, I think, from the side. His symbols, his skeleton is just perfectly built. He's long in his hip. It's square from behind at his pin. He's got good feet. He's appropriate length. He's got a stout skull but a great neck. He's got the big chest with no crest. I really like that one as well.
Well, we drop out another trio from our consignment. We got another one of those 72s. It'll be the pig over here on the far right side or our left. That's another 72. Be another outrage out of the Backbone sow that's done us some good. This other pair of pigs will be sired by Surrender. They're out of a first litter gilt. She'd be a money's on, tricked out hot rod. We bought Grandma there from True. Ty and Alicia would have had a litter mate to this pig in Mississippi that was 3rd overall last year. We liked a good deal. Tremendous litter on the Surrenders, 6 gilts that we kept back out of that deal. I'll pass it down to Blake. He can talk these 3.
Well, as we get redwoods in here, we're going to talk the one Ryder Dale's on with a dot in his belt. The Surrender pig here that's going to the left. This dot-belted pig, I think that if you're into stout skulls with some good indicators, I think this one becomes your kind very quickly, in my opinion. You study his brim and then his forearm and the size and shape of his feet. That dog's got some length off either end of his body. He reaches extremely good. He's one of them, in my opinion. I think that hog can go and get fed and perform. He's got the length off either end of his body to handle it. He's got the maturity that reads like a hog that could go a little faster pace maybe than the other ones that Machado and Puma brought to you. But in my opinion, I think the hog's still got some muscle in the upper portion of his body. This leadoff that Ty grabs here, the Outrage pig, or the second one, excuse me, lot number 22, the Outrage pig. This mom, be the first to tell you, has never once let us down. The hogs that we've fed out of her, and it all starts with the Arizona gilt, and then it goes to the Reserve Grand Barra the other day at the Arizona National. This pig's length of hip in today's time, I think, is very favorable. His length ahead of his shoulder, I really like the shape of his head. I think he's got a show barrow winning head. More importantly, if a guy wanted to get creative and put some length of hip and step back into him, you could even watch him for a while because he's got a little more punch out of his blade than some that have that kind of extension, yet he's got squareness. He reminds me a lot, honestly, of his dad when he was this size. This one's probably a little more advanced just in terms of a faster muscle shape and texture. The one that Dale's on, lot number 21, this narrow-belted pig, I've been a fan of him since he sent me the picture. I've been a fan of him since I've seen the Snapchats. That kind of skull and them kind of indicators hint what you're going to get. I think a hog that's got denseness written all over him, He's stout in his skull. His height to length, in my opinion, is very appropriate for today's time. He's a pig that's off the ground, yet he doesn't stretch and get flat by any means. He feeds out of his blade with some real muscle and some real spread. His texture and pigment and hair, if you want to be progressive, I think that's a short lister in terms of leaving the seeds in him, in my opinion. If you really want to mess with him, though, and castrate him, I'm all about it. That hoge's got some neat parts. He's got a fast gear. He's got real bone. I think a really good trio that Big Puma brought down here. And then you study them as a group. They're very consistent. Compliments to the boys. It's a long drive. I'm glad they're good. Next in here would be one of the founding fathers that's been with us from the beginning. The spirits are right, and Todd is here. Savage Genetics, Donnie and crew. He brings you 4 of them, and we start with a pair here. This Duroc Gilt would be lot number 79, 59-6. The Hampshire Male MJ, lot number 23, Savage Genetics. Here's Todd. He'll tell you about them.
Yeah, thanks, Blake. Start off there, talk about that red gilt. She's sired by All They Want. That is a boar there that the Bedecker has, littermate to that Knauf gilt, that 45, 47, whatever $1,000 gilt there that sold at Sweethearts last year. That's what she is. We really like this one. I told Blake there early on, I know she's little, I know she's green, I know she's skinny. But we're going to offer this one. We offer her with the option to buy. So you can buy her, high bid, you buy her. And then if you don't want to buy her and you just want to lease her, then you pay 25% of what she brings. And then we'll just keep her that way. I don't really want to sell her. I'll just tell you, that thing has 2 shots of Crybaby in it, and I think they're just going to get better and better. I like her a great deal. The Belted Hog, this is one of the very first ones we brought out of Hairy Bear. This is a Hairy Bear, and then his mother would be a Smoke Signal. I'm just going to tell you, and I'm going to be real straight and honest with you. I know that he may be a little green for some, but for me, I'm going to tell you that this is one of the better ones at this stage that we've let go of. And people ask that all the time and say that. I know it sounds cliche. You don't want them to have any more shape. You don't want them to have any more muscle than what this one has. We have not made one that had that kind of hair and had that kind of bone at this stage of the game. So that's our first pair.
Well, when the Savage crew comes out and the Chiefs involved, you're always going to have a Hampshire Bear and a Duroc Gilt, I think, at the get-together. I think there's a pattern there, and I think they're always with great quality. And I'm guessing there's a Landrace Gilt back here too, Todd. But certainly a good pair here. We'll talk about that Duroc, and she hits me pretty good, guys. You study the root of her tail. You study that Gilt's skeletal makeup. You study her feet and her bone as she comes across the ring and the underline she has underneath her. That one there is pretty unique, I think, for a red one. Her skeletal assembly is awesome. She's got shape for a green one. She's got shape down her top. She's got a long, good level hip in her. I just think that one's going to get better and better, and you're going to be really proud of her, I think, when it's all said and done. The Hampshire Barra there is, I agree, Todd, that's a pretty good one. I've seen you bring some Hampshires out, and I've seen these hogs mature. We fed one a couple of years ago that was greener than a gourd, and he got in the backdrop for us. I think this, again, like Todd said, this is what a Hampshire Barra probably needs to look like at this size. He's just a little greener, but man, is he built good. And if you follow the Savage program this last year and look at the backdrop pictures, they've had several. If they've let anybody else have some, I must have missed it because they've won a bunch of them. And this one here is as good as any of them. Feet and leg structure is awesome. And if you'll look for one that green, and look at the groove and the mass down his top for a Hampshire, and he carries that proportion down to his chest very squarely. I think that can be a really, really good one come to the mid to late summer. Just a really nice one there.
The next two here is fair land race, and we just started playing with these things here the last couple of years, and putting these things together. This sow here is one that come from Steins there in Iowa. She was a gilt that Schulte raised. That gilt won multiple times there in that Iowa point circuit thing that they do, and throughout the year, all summer long. These pigs are sired by that Can't See Me, a boar there that's at Crossroads. As we have lot, the gilt is lot 55, and the Mabera is lot 54.
Yeah, visiting with Todd there in Denver, he was really excited about where their land race program was headed. I can see why, guys. We'll talk the male pig first. If you're tuned in or ringside and you're wanting to show at the World Pork Expo or maybe the first half there of the State Fair season, come and get you a bulky, manly landrace Barra that's got quality ahead of his shoulder, a long hip, and a massive pin set. Yet his bend, his squareness, and his comfort, I think, is really, really good. I think that's a short list, kind of a purebred male. I'll be honest, guys, I didn't get to see this landrace gilt out until now. I could tell you, from her blade back, she's like her brother. Her width, her rib, her power. You get ahead of her shoulder, and that's a no crest, an attractive neckline, and the kind of a head shape that I think will grab you a pin in a hurry in a landrace female show setting. I think a tremendous pair of landies here as we get out here from Todd Kennedy's consignment.
I do want to make note the landrace is for sale. Next in here would be our good friends there, Kimball Livestock, Ryan Terry, Braden Kimball. They only brought one pig. They did the little Strieber method here at the get-together this time, but it's a pig out of Whitetail. It's a pig that has got a different look about him. We'll see. Braden will tell you about him. A really, really good individual here that Kimball and Terry brought.
We only brought one to you mainly because we just kicked these things down about 4 or 5 days ago through Denver in the cold front. It was just easier to keep these things up in the nursery, and so dang sure wasn't leaving this one out. I've been telling Blake about this one for a few weeks. Whitetail didn't have as many as she normally does this go around, but it's doesn't matter to us. She doesn't owe us a dang thing. She keeps making pigs like this, and so this one's 55-5. For those of you guys that have been keeping along with the Whitetail sow, I usually stick that -5 in my favorite one at 2 weeks. And so I hope you guys can see why we're real high on this male pig here. For those of y'all that don't know, the whitetail sow is one that we bought from the Goss firm there out of the Coronation a couple years back for $190,000, and one that has just completely out-generated everything that we thought she would or possibly could, to be completely honest with you. I get a little lost for words talking about her. She's had the Reserve Grand Gilt at Arizona National for the Humphreys family. The Norvell crew has exhibited the Reserve Hemp at OYE this last year, Reserve Division I at Denver this year. She's put a couple bores into studs, pile driver that stands at top cut, perspective that's at high point, and then real excited about the bankroll bore that stands at premium blend this go round. And so whitetail keeps doing it. This is the one and only pig that we brought to you, but we think one that's got a tremendous amount of quality.
Very fitting. Kimball Livestock brings one pig and out a whitetail, and she needs no introduction. Like he said, she's done her job and don't owe him nothing, but she just keeps on kicking them out, I think, and for a sow like this, and that just keeps on doing it, and you just buy them, guys. You don't have to worry about it. The guesswork's out of it per se. She just keeps doing it. It don't matter what you breed her to. She just has good pigs. This guy here may be as good as any at this size. This one here is very, very good pig, and I think the way her pigs feed, and we've fed a couple of them that we've had a lot of fun with, the way they feed, I think this one's right on track to what you want out of the whitetail. This one here is really, really big-legged. He's got the fur dripping off his legs and back and front. He's got a big back leg in him. He utilizes it great as he goes across the ring. He's so square in his hip, and flexibility from behind is awesome to be this kind of pig that is proportionally great. He's elevated but boxy. He's got a great look and great rib cage laid in him, and that's, I think, about the whitetails. That's what she does. She puts that rib shape into that good-looking package. It's so hard to do. This pig is stout-skulled. He's attractive from the side. Like I say, he may be one of the better ones at this size. She may have kicked out. I don't know. You call it like you see it, but we've had a lot of luck with that sow, and I've got much faith in her as anything I've seen.
These next two in will be Hawk and McCarty. Logan couldn't make it yet. I think he's coming tomorrow. And Dave and crew, they sent a pair of them to town here this time in Leedy, and I think a pair of them that come with lots of quality. These are main lines, and their mom would be a blackjack, a roll call. They would have purchased out of the Coronation there in November in Stillwater. The black-headed pig would be lot number 14, I believe. And the Belt one is lot number 45. And I'll tell you, Bob, their mom was successfully shown by the Frankie family. She was boxy and wild-necked and grabbed banners about every weekend that they took her out. I can see a lot of resemblance here. This black-headed pig, I think, has got an awfully good chance. Mainline, Hawk and McCarty, lot number 14 and 45. I think a really good pair of pigs that should feed.
Yeah, the 5 or 6 times we kicked through those breds throughout these sales throughout this past season, the mom of these was always one that always surfaced as one of the unique ones in terms of her look. One that later into maturity carried so much bulk in her rib, so much expressive true shape up high. You throw the mainline bore on top of that, hogs at their maturity and their ability to come with extra bone and just bulk with time. I think this is a recipe for success. We'll talk the little target-headed, black-hipped one. To me, a hog that has a head shape and then just the look and the proportion of one that can get the job done. You get underneath that guy, he's wide in his undercarriage, he's round-bodied, one that's just super modern, I think, in terms of his look, a unique-headed one that's got really good bend in terms of his skeleton. Not to take anything away from his little brother over here, the belted pig, probably rawer and greener. He maybe even runs uphill and has as much presence as his brother. You get on top of that thing, that guy's bulky, that guy's got a big kind of a pin set working for him. I think a tremendous pair out of a female that certainly was a highlight there in the coronation as we get into the Hawk and McCarty consignment.
Next in is a very, very good friend of ours, Dakota Strieber and family brought one pig, to no surprise, but had him out twice. I think an interesting pig that has some totals. Be lot number 25, Strieber and Company.
Thank you for to the Goss family for having us out again and for all the hospitality. We just brought one. This one's going to be a worldwide money moves next intention. Mom is the champion D1 there at San Antonio last year for Dallas Martinez and Scott Smith. She is also a litter mate to the Grand Barrett Houston from last year.
Okay, I think we're ready here, hopefully, for the Strieber hog right here. A little technical difficulty. We're back on track now here. Strieber, like he says, he brings one pig usually, and he's usually really good, and he's done it again, I think, as you look at this one out here and what Strieber's brought you. He talked about the sow line and the power that's in that sow line and the litter mates, what they did. And this one here, I think, has a bright future as well. You talk about one that to get your attention coming in. He's one of them two-steppers, Blake's two-step in the ring. He gets a pin, got his head and neck up in the air there. He knows he's a good show pig as he goes across the ring. He's got a huge chest in him that's very square up through his front end. A bear that's really shapely down his top and square at his pin set. Long and level head, got a big root on top of that rump. He moves and motivates extremely good. I think this one here's got a lot of upside. I think he can go early and often. I think he's a really nice bear that Mr. Screeber's brought you.
The next one in here would be Kevin Dieterding, and Dieterding needs no introduction to the business. And then you take in consideration, he brought a pair of pigs out of Blowing Smoke's mother. I think a nice pair of them here. He'll tell you their pedigree.
All right, I just want to thank Blake and Gus Crew for letting me come out again. Yeah, their mom was champion at light cross at Coba. Actually, Blake got to feed her, but these would be Golden Eras, No Huddle, and it'd be the mom to Blown Smoke, and she's also put, I think, 2 bears in the sailed OYE and 1 gilt in her first 2 litters.
Well, we kick through Dieterding's consignment. We're going to start off by just noting this belted male pig, he is a nut rupture, and he will guarantee that, so don't let that deter you. We'll go ahead and just start with him as he crosses the ring. You know, we talk about pigs and being out of Blowing Smoke's mom. You think about presence, you think about head shape, and you think about hogs that are equipped with muscle and just true width and power. I think this pig embodies all those traits. A unique head, a long rump, big feet. I think that guy could get real good. And let's just not beat around the bush here, guys. This blue gilt is kind of a stallion out here. You get her head up. You know, as Bob says, she's got the big chest and the no crest, a very unique head. That thing's power and just bulk, I think, is second to none. When she crosses the ring and props her head up, I don't know how more high-end of a show female you could ask for. I think more importantly, when it's all said and done, though, you talk about return on an investment or keeping a female long-term. I think you could certainly tie into that one, not only just visually, you throw her genetics in the mix, and I expect her to sell real good come tomorrow evening.
Next in be Big Worm. Big Worm brought a pair of really good spotted hogs, and he'll tell you about them. Another one of my very best friends in the business, and we're happy that he made another get-together.
Let's talk a little pedigree on these two. They're litter mates. The 81 litter. Get them. 38 is going to be the boar pig, and the gilt is lot 7. These are the downshift pigs, the downshift litter. We got the boar there at the house. It's done a tremendous job. That boar's, we've sold a lot of semen on him. He's his first set of pigs this last time, and they're just coming into majors. Them pigs will have a lot of hair on them. They'll be stout. They'll be moderate. They'll have a good look in the end. This pair here has been pretty good all the way through, and we're kind of proud of them. We think they got a chance to make it down in the road there. They're out of a Not My Monkey sow, which is Monkey C's sister. There's another boar we got there at the house. It's getting great reviews across his first set of pigs.
Yeah, Bob brings us another really good pair of these breed hogs. You know, maybe Bob doesn't get these things out and get them all whip broke and do all the bells and whistles, guys, but I can tell you through the past couple of sell seasons, these hogs have performed and they've fed. I expect nothing different from this pair. We got some new bloodlines there in the CKL sow herd, and I think it's off to a good start. That male pig, to me, is one that's extreme in terms of a hog that's slender in his crest, very attractive in his neckline, yet tough in his jaw. You get underneath him as he comes to you. That thing is manly in his chest, big forerib and a round turn to his cage. You get behind him and everything follows suit. Still a good-footed, square, kind of a bendy little bear. I think a very high-quality kind of a purebred here. And then we have his sister, and I could tell you, if you're talking about maybe laying one in as a show gilt or a sow down the line, you know, Bob's bloodlines and what they've done in this breed certainly need no introduction. Like her brother, I think the head shape in this particular sire group is going to be real, real good for Bob moving forward. A stout head, a clean neckline, short in terms of her moderation of body, yet one that's bulky and still wide. You get underneath these guys, and they got the foot size, the bone, and the fuzz that you expect from Big Bob spotted hogs. I think a really good pair. You got a male that can get it done for you and a female with tremendous upside down the line.
As Big Bob's head out, I would say a little bit of sunlight and a little bug spray. I think he'd really, really good pair. This male, don't overlook him. I think he's got a chance. Okay, this will be the start of ours. We got 33 of them here, and hopefully they act good. I think an interesting set of pigs. We're going to start with the 39s. The 39s would be Outrage, which is the boar that we sold there, the premium blend of the Chosen One. Scotty's here. At his sale last year, Outrage's littermates had a tremendous run. Their mom would be the mother of Make It Rain. Make It Rain passed away at an early age. He was a $340,000 when we sold at King of the Hill. These will be 39 litters. There's 5 in the sale. The one that ties on here to the left, the more traditional belted one, that is 39-3. That is lot number 64. And then the white-legged 39 would be lot number 35. I think 2 hogs that look to me like they'll feed.
As we start with the Gross crew here, again, I say every get-together that I apologize from the start if I get redundant on my terms because these things are so close and so cookie-cutter. It's just impressive as they come in and you get to talk them, but you get to being a little redundant because they got so much quality and skeletal build perfection that it gets a little redundant on my part, and I apologize for that. But this pair here is extremely good as well, and the one that Ty's got on the golf club there, that one there's got some upside, I think. And as you look at him and look at it, read him in his skull and his neck, lot 35 there, as he's going across the ring, he's big chested, he's big topped, got a really good look from the side. He's long and level hipped. I think he's got a skull that's tough and jawline there to go along with all that presence. That one there can be really interesting. And then I draw to this little one here, guys, and that's kind of my style. This lot 64 is he's one cool looking dude up front. They have that blade. He's moderate and boxy in the elevated box that he gives you the side profile. He's shapely down his top. He's square in his skeleton. That one there, I think, has got a big, great future. Nice pair of hogs here to start our Goss venue.
We're going to stick to the 39 litter pigs, and Dale, they like mud. The next 2 in here would be Outrages on Make It Rain's mom. I think a neat pair of pigs. The black-legged one here would be a 39-2. That is lot number 30. The little Freako that Ty's got is 39-5. That is lot number 82.
Yeah, I can tell you guys, I think this Outrage deal is going to be fun. We got them on feed all the way from the social, from the last sale, and I can tell you they're the kind that every day you go outside and you certainly like what you got done. No exception here in this particular litter. We'll talk the big kind of off-belted pig first. To me, you talk about one that could go early, maybe into an expo, early state fair setting. I like this pig's chances. A good scold, a very balanced, proportionate kind of a barrow. I think his running gear and his comfort, I think, is extra good. one that just looks like he's got a feedable look. Is he as tricked out and as sporty as some? You know, maybe not, but I could tell you, if you like hogs that feed and perform and are there in the end, you could dig into that off belt. You know, as Blake alluded towards in his brief discussion of the little guy Dale's got on the stick, this guy's got an extreme look, guys. His length of body, his length of front, and length of rump, I think, are very, very hard to do, and I think it's certainly where we're at in terms of the industry. I love his head. I love his comfort in his shoulder and his knee. A boxy, ribbed, kind of a short-backed little guy that's long in his hip. His step and comfort, I think, is really, really good. I think more so than anything, when you have these deep, potent litters, it never hurts to have those on inventory as we head into summer.
Next in here, there's another 39 in this pen, and there's a 41 litter. 39 would be the more traditional belted one that's the farthest from the camera, no white back legs. That is kind of the 39 that's the farthest along. That's going to be lot number 5 tomorrow night on CCI.live. This white tip-tailed stout thing here that Uncle Dale's got, that is 41-4. Lot number 36. That is the first of 5 litter mates that we're going to see. Stone Cold, Make It Rain. I think a tremendous litter of pigs that we're going to highlight here. We'll let Big Bob talk to you about this particular pair. We got a 39 and a 41. Lot number 5 and lot number 36.
Talk that 39 first, and that in there hits you pretty good and pretty hard right out of the gate. That one there has got a tremendous kind of shape and muscle to him and to his top shape. Big chested hog that's heavy bone, big footed and square. As he gets going across there, he really designs up good. He's long hipped, he's stout, he's got a big rib, and he's got a good look from the side. A very nice one there. Then you get the Stouty over here, and you get to analyzing him, and we've got some judges, I think, this summer that's going to tend to want some of this skull and stoutness that we're looking at here. This one here, I'd probably have him on my list if you got one of those things that are going on there, because he is one big rib stout, big back, big hip one that's got bone and power. I think as a market hog, you looking down his top, it is broad and it is groovy. He has got a rib shape that's unbelievable. That if you get the right deals going here, guys, you got one that can motor and stout, big chested. Is going to be a player, I think.
An interesting pair here as we keep going. The solid black pig is 50-4. That is lot number 34. That is a Stone Cold. His mother is 74-7, which is a party trick, 22.5. That gilt was one of our favorite keeper gilts of that season. This belted one here that we're pretty high on is 63-1. That is lot number 27. I hope he acts good. That's an Are You Ready? His mother would be the same sow line there as the Odell pig that won the American Royal. He is lot 27.
Yeah, we'll start with this pig on the stick here, this Are You Ready? You think about the Odell barrow and you think about the sow that's behind this guy, and I think it all starts to add up and make sense. This guy's blade, his forerib, and his mid-body, I think, is extremely good. You go back from there, and that's a big tail stuck on top of a long, big, broad pin set. That's a square, kind of a flexible hind leg. I think this Are You Ready deal, you get in front of this pig, and this hog's got the head shape and the presence, the clean neckline, I think, that just really complemented that sow. I think a tremendous individual. I could tell you, some people maybe don't like these all black pigs. I try to gather up as many of them as I can when they look like this. Maybe as unique of a head relative to a blade and arm as we'll see a boxy, round-ribbed kind of a little pig that he is massive in terms of his pin set. He's set on the edge, yet he's flat in his bone work and clean-jointed, a comfortable-footed kind of a pig. Tremendous pair here in this particular set.
These next two in would be the black-headed target-butted one as a 63. He would be the litter mate to the belted one that was just in here. Them are you readies out of that south line of the Odell Barra. That is lot number 33, the black-headed one. This belted one, 48-1, is lot number 85. And I want to be the first to tell you, I sunburnt the heck out of this pig a few days ago. Bob, I don't want to hear it from you. Yours ain't seen sunlight since they were born. The one that this lot number 85, he broke out. He got a sunburn, then he broke out. He's got some skin stuff going on. There's no way in the world we were leaving that pig out of the sale. He's also got a little bit of a navel deal that needs to be fixed. Dr. Reese Cole's here tonight. If you need to reach out to him. This pig, though, is a stone cold. His mom is a litter mate to Flip Cup, which would be the grandma would be the Mama Money Moves, the pig that won the Oklahoma Youth Expo. That would be lot number 85, the black-headed one, the good Are You Ready litter. That is lot 33.
We'll talk that black-headed one first, and I think that one there's a pretty classy show bearer there. The look up front of his shoulder blade and the length of neck and the stoutness of the skull combination, I think, makes him unique. He's big-footed. He's got a great shape to his top. He's the right length of body. That one there is classy, and I think going to get you a long ways coming into the show ring with that color pattern. Then the little guy here, and whatever Blake's got going on there with all that, that's fine. But you look through that, and this is kind of my kind. I kind of like these pigs here like this because he's going to do nothing but get better. He's pretty tough. He's got a little surgery there underneath, a simple fix. Get him cleaned up, and you look underneath this deal, and this is a pretty good pig, guys. And I'm telling you, he's big-footed. He's standing on great columns of bone. He is big-ribbed. He's moderate length of body. He's stout and tough in his skull. This one here's got a lot of future to him, in my opinion. We're not showing him today, but he might be hard to beat tomorrow.
This next pin, in our opinion, is good stuff here. The black-legged pig that's in front of Ty that's running away from him, that is a 53 litter pig. That pig will be the very last pig that we decide to sell tomorrow night here at the get-together. That is a lead-off. His mother would be Choked Up's mom, which would be the $525,000 one we sold in the get-together. And then her first daughter would be the mother of the boar pig that Halfin buys in the last get-together for $120,000. That is a lead-off. He has got one testicle, so we get to cut him and exhibit a pig out of her at a show, hopefully. He is a litter mate to Lot 1 that will come in here last tonight. This pig, to me, has got a lot of interesting things. This 47 litter pig, the chromed up hog, is lot number 60. Lot number 60 would be a lead-off roll call. That particular barra, or boar pig, whatever you want to call him, his mother would be a litter mate to the mom of the Odell pig. She would be the mom of the Berg barra at Coba last year. that was reserve dark cross and was in the top 5. He was in the top 5 of the first division at the Oklahoma Youth Expo. That would be the mother of that pig. That is lot number 60. Bob, we got the chromed up pig as lot number 60. Then we got the last pig that we will sell tomorrow night, lot number 88.
We'll start with that lot number 88. One to me that I think is just captivating in terms of his profile and his outline. You think about what his mom's done recently, and you think about the choked up pig. It's pretty clear that she's going to consistently generate unique skulls, an elevated kind of a look, and hogs that are still appropriate in their blade with real power and width underneath. That guy is one that I think is intriguing as any as we'll see. A true sale highlight and a shortlister for darn sure. I'm going to tell you this pig that Dale's got on his list, going to be one that I'll be watching tomorrow. I like this kind. I think from the Goss firm, when you study the forehead, the blade, and the rib cage of that pig, I think that's why they're at where they're at. A feedable, productive kind of a barrel with a quality look ahead of his shoulder, a long rump, and just a skeletal system that I think will stand the test of time. A very intriguing pair out here as we get into the Goss consignment.
This next two men, we got another 63 litter pig. That would be the one with one white back leg. The 63s are you readies? That would be lot number 81. And then this belted hog is a 50 litter. His mate brother would be the predominantly black one. Well, he is the black one that we saw earlier. That would be his litter mate. This is a stone cold party trick 22.5. This pig hits me very good. 6'7" on him, 67, lot 67. And then the white-legged one, the 63 litter pig, is lot number 81. Are you ready? And a stone cold.
We'll talk the soft belted one first, and I think that one's got a great look up above in front of his shoulder blade. He's got a lot of length and cleanness in front end in that off belt. Very well built. That thing's got a lot of upside to him. I think he's got a good chance as you get in state fair time there and some shows on down the road. Just a very, very complete, good looking one, I think, as he comes across the ring. And then this other one, you get into him, and guys, he hits me pretty hard, I'll be honest. That one there just reeks quality. You look at his chest combination and when he comes at you, and then the way he's built up through his rib and up through his front end and his neck and his skull, that one's unique, and he's very, very, very good in his skeletal build and makeup. Again, the Goss pigs are so good in their skeletal quality and their feet placement. He got everything going north and south. He's long hipped. He's big pinned from behind. He's very perfect from hip to hock to ground when he goes away. I really think I would star that one pretty good there if I was going to try to get amongst them down in the summer.
The next two that are in here be a new little project around the farm. There's no business like the Hampshire business, and then we're gonna test the waters here, and we start with a trio of mate brothers that have always looked a little different in their growth curve here. The 82s would be Pledge Slowdown. Their mother would be a litter mate to Supersonic. They're a tie point. Their mother would have been the reserve Supreme Hampshire Gilt at the summer type 2 years ago, I believe. She's got a pig on feed there. This winter, she had a big litter this time, lots of gilts. Different deal here, Big Bob. These will be pledged slowdowns. The traditional belted one is lot number 32. The bigger off belt would be lot number 61. The smaller off belt would be lot number 84. I think a trio of them that got a chance.
Well, we drop out a trio of these Hampshires. I think obviously a fun set of pigs here. We'll talk this traditional belt that Ty's got. Of the trio, to me, he's maybe the one that jumps out in terms of his head shape, his elevation. That guy's as crisp and expressive up high, I think, as any of them. For a hog that's rawer in terms of just body condition, I think the turn to his forerib and his upper body is really, really good. A big pinned hog that's square and good in terms of his bend. I think one that stands a very good chance. Next, we'll talk the little off-belted one that Dale gets to cross the ring there, and that's probably the husky, boxy one of the trio. I think you study his forehead, his jawline, his blade, and his chest. I think it all kind of matches and goes together. A pliable ribbed one that's comfy out back and big in terms of his foot and rear bone. I think another highlight there. And then probably one that maybe takes the traits of those two and maybe combines them together is this off belt that Dale crosses the ring with. I think he has the presence and the height and the shape of the traditional belt, yet he maybe even does it with some extra bulk and mass as the little off belt. I think a very, very good trio of them. I think you could put them in many different settings and flip a coin. I think the constant here is quality and purebred Hampshires that I think can get the job done.
These next two in is a pair of male hogs here. That would be lot number 58, the off-belted 54-liter pig. Pair of them that are different. They're different in the way they come. They're freaks. They got bone. This is an all-access Kong. His grandma would be Roll Call's mother. He's always had that different kind of look. Fun fact about that particular gilt. We had our ear notches messed up. We were gone, of course, and Mom was at home working. Had our notches messed up. She actually ferreted at a year old and did a great job and had them on her own. This is a result of Roll Call's mother's latest daughter that we've got into production, All Access Kong. This chromed up pig is a side bet, and his mother would be a litter mate to Roll Call. His mom would have had the McLean Barra that we took out once this time. That was grand overall at a big jackpot show the other day. He's got a few littermate brothers that we haven't shown yet. That sow would be a littermate to Roll Call. That pig is lot number 83. A little different here, Bob. A little bone, little hair.
Welcome to the jungle on this pair, because we got a couple of freakazoids out here, I think, as you look at them, but quality with it. And you know what, it takes a little bit of extra when you get out there in a tough class, and you got to have something extra and to get over the hump. And I think both these represent that extremely well. We could talk about the belted one there first, and on the side there, and that's a side bet pig. Very, very big top in this guy. He's got a big chest and a big back and a big rib, and still got the look with it. That's what's so unique about him, I think. He's big in his blade, big in his rib, big in his hip and top, and that you get down the edges of his loins, it's humongous. I mean, and he gives you that wild look, I think, from the side. Then you talk about the off-belted pig, and I don't know, describing him, he is just different to me. I mean, this thing is got some wild pieces, big legs, big hair, the right length, got a crazy front end on him to be on that body, and slick in his neck and tough in his jaw. Just got a great big huge top in him, big hip. I think there's a lot of things you could do feeding wise with these two, and a lot of unique things you could do, and I think in the end you could have something special, I think, either one of this pair here. Very interesting pair.
These next two in here, pair of Calico brothers. The -4 pig would be the more pumpkin spice looking one that Ty's got there on the stick. That is lot number 31, and his brother would be lot number 63. These are standout, strictly businesses. Be a younger sow here that we're just getting started into production. Just a little different deal here. They got some interesting parts and pieces to them, the 49 litters.
Yeah, I think a neat pair. We'll start with kind of the orange calico there. That's a pig we talked about earlier out back. You get past color on this pig, and I think in a time where all sorts of color patterns are not only winning, but winning at the highest of levels, I think this pig's head shape intrigues me. It's stout, yet it's youthful. His blade is comfortable. It's pulled apart. That pig's just upper body in terms of shape of back, rib cage, and pin width, I think is extra good. One that I think could get you later into the summer there with a high ceiling. Not to take anything away from the predominantly white one, I could tell you, if you study these things out back, maybe one of the greener, more juvenile appearing barrows in this particular set, I can assure you, you study pedigree, you dig into what mom looks like, you look at that guy's head, his chest, and his rib, that's going to be a fun one to feed. The kind that gets better every day, a really correct kind of assembly to his build, an attractive look, and a running gear that's built to last. I think a tremendous pair of calicos here.
A neat pair of belted ones in here, and Ty's got there with the rag. That is a 53 litter. That is a mate to the last pig in the sale and the first pig in the sale. This pig resembles a lot of the pig that low key that lands there at the Evans house at 66. That'd be a lead off out of Choked Up and Low Key's mother. A very interesting pig. That is lot number 59. The other pig that's in here, the 47 litter that's kind of got the flag tail, I want to make note that he is a nut rupture. You can see it kind of going down behind his crotch. We will guarantee him. That is 47-1. That is lot number 65. Ties on here with the rag closest to the podium. That is lot number 59. Lead off, Choked Up's mother. Neat pair here.
Stepping the heat up just a little bit, I think, on this pair as we look down in here and they come in, and this wide belt one going across the center here is really, really a good one, I think. And when you look at his rib shape and the way he blends into his shoulder and his look from the side, I think it's very unique, and he is heavy boned, he is big footed, he is square built, and he's got a big pin set from behind. I think this hog's rib and look combination is very unique. He's got a great groove down his top. I really like that one. Then we talk about the other one, and that dude is no slouch. I'm telling you, you look at him through his front and thirds, and it's just immaculate as far as his length of front end, the way he comes and blends down his top so smoothly. He gets his head up and moves across the ring with a big chest. He's wide and square from behind as he goes away. Just a long square pin set to him and his hip. Just a really nice bear there. I think a really good pair that if you want to get really serious, you probably mark these down and try to get them bought.
Lot 59 on the one that's got, well, they both got white back legs. The one that is on the closest to the camera, that is lot 59. The 47 litter pig closest to us on the podium is lot number 65. Next in the ring here would be the start of the other 441 litters. We saw their big husky brother earlier that had a white tip tail. There's 5 males in this particular sale that have been well received with people that stop by. They are stone cold make it rains. Their mama was a successful show gilt and then you start dipping into the Stone Cold thing. And what these 41s look like, the Stone Colds to this point for our farm has been very, very good. The one that Ryder Dale's on would be 41-2. That is lot number 66. And the one that ties on with the white back leg, that is lot number 62, 41-3. 66 is a crip, guarantee.
Yeah, you know, we come to these get-togethers, and every time the Goss crew has those 2 or 3 litters that I think stand out for quality and depth. And I think as we kick through this first pair of these 41s, I think you'll see that theme be carried forward. We'll start with the one that Ryder Dale has there, the kind of off-belted pig. You know, you study pedigree, you think about lineage. I think this hog makes sense. I think a tremendous scold kind of a barra. Not only is he cracked open underneath and round-bodied, I think his head shape, I think his look, and I think his build makes him one that's certainly a highlight in this particular litter. A hog that's comfortable in his step and just truly manly. As I said, he's a crip. You know, we'll get that fixed. I think that's certainly nothing to deter you from laying that guy into your barn. Next, we'll talk the one Ty has. Of these 41s, probably the most juvenile and immature in terms of his muscle shape. If you like comfortable, attractive, fault-free hogs that have big ring kind of look, length of hip, and step out back, you could certainly have him on your short list. If I've learned anything as we've come to these deals, don't be afraid to buy the skinny Goss hogs with heads, ribs, and hip and hind legs like that. It'll suit you real good as you get down the line.
We stay in the same litter here as they come out. I think a really a neat pair of big brothers here in this particular pen. This one that Ty's got on here with the golf club or pitch and wedge, whatever you want to call it. That is 41-5 that's propped up here. That'll be lot number 2 tomorrow night in the get-together. He's a Stone Cold Make It Rain. And then this hog that Ryder Dale's on, that is 41-1. He is lot 86 tomorrow night in the get-together, cci.live.
Awesome pair of pigs, I think, in my opinion, as we get them out here. And the one going across the center of the ring just commands your attention. I'm talking about one that's rib sticks out past his shoulder blade, guys, from the side, and that's hard to do. He can motivate and get across the ring and roll as he goes across there and gets his head above his shoulder. You look down on his back and the top view that I'm at right now, he's got a groove, and that rib shape is just intriguing to me. I love it. He's long-hipped, he's square-hipped, his tail's up on top of his rump, and he can get and go like no other. I really, really like that one. And this other one, the pen made here, is just as good, guys. And you look at his skull, and that's where the story starts. He's really stout, really attractive in that skull with a great jawline. He's got a good long neck in him. This one here's the proper length and perfect length, I think, a skeleton of height to length ratio. He's awesome. Really big shape to his top. That one there also can go and flex and motivate across here. Big chested, but proper width coming at you, proper width going away. I really like this pair. I think they're really, really elite. Very, very heavy structured, big legged ones that you can go win with and have a lot of fun.
The next 2 in here would be a pair of 57-litter male pigs, and they are lead-off Say-It Hero. A pair of blue ones that we've been excited to feature here. We had a really good set of blue ones in the last sale that was also out of a Say-It mother. This would be out of the younger Say-It tier. 57-1 is lot number 3. She would be the mom. We sold some all accesses in a end of September sale that was well received and got really good homes that we haven't shown a whole lot yet. That would be a leadoff Sayets. The one that is closest to the camera with the dot on his shoulder on the right side of his body would be lot 3. The one that Ryder Dale Lloyd's on, 57-3, that would be lot number 29.
Well, Bob and I like to sit here and we like to see who gets to talk what and predict as they come down the line. And I got the blues, so you got to deal with that, Bob. We dropped this pair out here, guys. I'm going to keep it short and sweet on this lot number 3. When you have presence, bulk, and mass to the level and degree as that guy, you throw in a blue color pattern and the early predictors of jaw, foot, and bone column, stuff's going to get real serious in a hurry. That's an A-lister for darn sure. And then to segue off of that, when he's got a green little brother that's that attractive ahead of his shoulder, he's immature in his look, yet he still comes with a chest floor, a round body, and a full kind of a rear view in terms of dimension. I could certainly see that guy getting close as well. These blues are the real deal. Whether your show's got a division for them or not, if you're serious about winning market hog shows, I'd probably have both of these down.
These next two in here would be a 58 and a 59 litter pig. The 58 litter pig that's got more black on his body. That is a leadoff roll call. His mother is becoming a big staple here moving forward. That is lot number 28. And then the target back pig, or target hip pig, excuse me, is 59-1. 59-1 is a leadoff make it rain. The Newcomb family showed at Guild at Coba last year that I think she was reserve grand, I believe, would be the mother of this particular pig. That'll be lot number 80 tomorrow night. We got lot number 28 and lot number 80.
Again, a real serious pair that you need to look at here, and in the buying public, I think, needs to take serious here on this pair right here. I think they're both extremely good. A little bit different, but both high quality. We'll talk the target budded one first, and that one there is one stout one. As you look down on him and look at him come at you like a man, he gets up on top of him. He's got a great shape to his rib and top shape, carries it back into a great level hip, a very stout one as he comes at you. If you got the stout judge on your side, I would be showing it to him, because this one here's got a skull to die for. He's got bone. He's as sound as he can go on both ends. Very loose skeleton. Very unique hog there, I think, in the target budded one. Then this other one comes in, guys, and I like him. I mean, he's as quality all over him. When you get his head up and get him going, he just comes together and wants to be a show winner. I mean, he's long in front of his blade. He's long and sleek in his neck, but yet he's got a great skull about him. I love the way he balances when he gets it going there in his skeleton. He's the right length. He's got great shape. He's very square from front to rear. When he goes away, his pin set's perfect from behind, and he goes north and south on his feet and legs. A big-legged one that's got great feet, good look. I really like that one as well.
Okay, the next two in here would be a pair of pigs that we're pretty fond of, and we'll start off by talking the one that Ryder Dale's on. That would be lot number 87 tomorrow night, next to last in the sale. That's a Stone Cold. His mom would be a litter mate to the Everhart gilt that was grand there at the Kansas City for the Everhart family that we purchased from Boble. This Freak-a-Leak that ties on is lot number 4. One of the more different ones here. We like this one a lot. This is a Stone Cold money's on. His mom was grand overall there at North Dakota. She's a young sow that's very progressive in the way that she looks. This is one of the very fattest legged pigs that we've sold on the carpet here at the get-together.
Yeah, you know, it's not very often Blake gets a little fumbled up on the mic here. And you look at lot number 4 and you think about where you start to describe this pig, and I could tell you I might do the same here in a minute. You know, if you think about just putting all the extras at the highest level in the highest degree you can, I think this is a pig that truly encompasses that statement. I think his skull matches his blade, matches his arm, matches his rib, and you move back from there, and that is an extreme pin set, a full kind of a rump shape. I think what makes him pretty sweet, though, is his rear view's so square and so secure. You know, I don't know if you want to get close in August with a barrow. I could certainly see myself personally getting excited to maybe order some semen on one that looks like this. Whatever way you want to cut it, an intriguing animal that's not only comfortable, he takes mass and bulk and just ruggedness to the highest degree. And we flip the script and we go to the other side of the spectrum. And, you know, Bob and I just said, you know, this is a personal favorite maybe of both of ours. I think if you talk about the immaturity that it takes to get long-term down the road and have a market hog with a head shape, a build, and a skeleton that can last, man, that guy's awfully, awfully good. His ribs round, his back leg's big, and it bends perfect. I think a tremendous pair here as we get ready to conclude here in our Goss consignment. We'll go ahead and kick these out here in a second, and we'll lay you in lot number 1.
I have no idea how lot number 1's going to act here tonight, but I will tell you, I don't know what he looks like on the camera, but I can tell you in person, he's one of the huskiest, broadest, stoutest-legged pigs in the wholesale. His mom has not missed yet. He's our speed, and Ty said it. He'd just soon keep him at home, but we're going to sign him in the old get-together. He's a leadoff out of Choked Up's mom. Everybody asks, how do they compare? They're different in the way they come to you. This is one husky-built, manly, stout rascal that's still really good-footed. His rear leg's perfect. This pig's got some extremes. I know he's not acting great. We'll try to find him a pin mate here. I would encourage you need to come see this pig if you can in person. I think this one can make a difference.
Well, there's nothing funner than lot 1 to get together and watch Blake get excited, because I know that's what he thinks about most of the time. Which one's he going to start with? Which one's his favorite? What's his favorite sow? Which one's going to do the most good down the road? And it's always intriguing to watch him and what he's thinking and where he lands on lot 1. Pretty obvious this year to me on lot 1. It'd be a shame to put him anywhere else. You just start off and let's go with him, guys. And I'm telling you what, this one here's different, guys. I mean, he is one good-looking dude that is one stout rascal. And I just can't, you know, I don't know if stout is really not stout enough when you talk about this hog, because he does it in a unique way, I think. You study his skull and the stoutness to his rim and the width between his eyes and the jawline that he has, and yet be attractive. You know, most of those things get a little ugly up there. This thing is good looking to his skull, but yet stout. And that's so intriguing. And yet he has a good neck in him. He's got a long neck up front of his shoulder. And then you get back into his body cavity, and I just don't know if you can draw one up any better. His rib shape's perfect. His bend to his knee is perfect up front. His angle to his shoulder is great. He's got a big, broad back that should lay on a rib like that on top of there, and he carries it back and just smoothly through his ham loin. Awesome. Long and level and square out his hip. He's huge pin set from behind and as square as a dollar. He's wide and square and good looking and stout. And if he don't get you fired up and keep him for a boar or trying to win a barrow show to a stout judge, I don't know what'll get you fired up. But this one here is very unique, very good, very impressive. I like this one a great deal.
And as we went on that board tour, Big Bob, his sire's pretty hard to forget. I mean, let's be honest. Saw him as a baby at Lackey's. He resembles this pig so much that it's crazy. And then you start talking about a 69-liter tricked out that's on the bottom side of it. To me, and Ty, I think Ty's 100% right. The smart thing to do would be keep him and breed 50 to him. We're going to offer him here to the public at the get-together. He sells his lot 1. And we're excited for everybody to be here. If you can, I would highly encourage, come look at everything, please. The consigners, the set of consigner pigs is unreal in my opinion. Happy that everybody's here. Thanks to everybody that came. Excited for the fellowship. God bless you. See everybody tomorrow night. They brought